what's up? It's Luke, and I want to talk about MicroStrategy replacing altcoin season this cycle. MicroStrategy is still trading sideways as we wait for Bitcoin to start ripping again, but their perpetual preferred stock Strike is performing very well. They are up 17% in the first 2 weeks of trading, and Saylor actually tweeted this chart showing Strike's performance versus all US listed preferreds in their first 2 weeks. You can see Strike is up 17% versus the median of all of the US preferreds was only up 0.2%. But not only that, their average trading volume also crushes their competition in the first 2 weeks. So this is what Bitcoin does to a traditionally boring asset, is it puts it on steroids and supercharges the gains. And this is the type of assets that people want nowadays. We can't have boring gains. We need highly volatile, highly performant assets. And through the sale of Strike, and maybe through a small amount of the ATM this week, they will announce their next buy on Monday. Hopefully they can get over 500,000 Bitcoin. That would be a huge achievement for any company. And Saylor met with Nayib Bukele. I discussed this in another video. They talked about opportunities for El Salvador. Most likely, Saylor wants to establish a branch in El Salvador and hire a lot of the Bitcoiners that have already moved there. It looks like Saylor needs to meet with Javier Milei and sort this thing out. Javier and Argentina launched a meme coin, Libra, and it pumped in price. And then, of course, like every meme coin, overnight, he sold the supply and it tanked the coin's performance by 95%. He deleted the tweet and then now expects everyone to move on. So we'll see what happens here. But this is kind of shocking coming out of Milei, because he seemed to be very pro Bitcoin. So maybe Saylor can sort this situation out. And here's the performance of Libra. Looks just about the same as any meme coin. And this is the only use case for meme coins, is just pump and dump for the insiders. So one day people will start to learn, and I actually think people are already starting to figure that out. We have people on Twitter calling for alt season starting in February, and that's just not the case. We have Bitcoin completely decoupling from the rest of the crypto market. As you can see, historically, this has never happened. Altcoins have always lagged a small amount, but right now they are not catching up at all as people start to use their brain and really see Bitcoin for what it is and why it is Bitcoin and not crypto. Bitcoin dominance is the highest it's been in almost 3 years. It is almost at 61%. This type of chart is very telling. The market is trusting Bitcoin and not small coins that are backed by small groups of insiders. We have ETH down in Bitcoin over the last 3 years. XRP down in Bitcoin, only climbing at the end because they launched a TikTok campaign to prey on the low IQ individuals. But really, why I don't think alt season is going to happen is this right here. All of the money this cycle has been through ETFs. The ETFs have stacked over 1 million Bitcoin. They now hold over 5% of all the coins, and they have been the strongest performing assets out of any US ETF ever. And this fact alone makes an alt season very hard to accomplish, because historically what would happen is the money moves into Bitcoin and then people sell out and move into alts. I don't know why you're taking a tax hit on that. But either way, if now all of the money in Bitcoin is in brokerage accounts, they will not be able to sell out and move. And you also have to think this cycle, there is a different type of investor that's holding Bitcoin. These are people who are just adding a few percent to their larger stock portfolio, a lot of older people, and it is not the millennials buying in and then FOMOing into different alts. And I think what's going to end up happening is instead of people selling their Bitcoin and moving it into alts, I think what's going to happen is people might start seeing MicroStrategy's strong performance and want to get in on that. So I think people who own a large sum of one of these ETFs, they might sell a fraction of that and buy MicroStrategy, which is why I do really think that MicroStrategy is going to replace the traditional alt season this cycle around. But we'll have to see what happens. Big news coming up soon. So if you want to stay up to date with news about Bitcoin and MicroStrategy, I just ask that you subscribe.